Good morning, everyone, and this is meteorologist Chris Caveira with your Wednesday, April 26th recreation forecast, and it is going to be some big changes today compared to what yesterday has brought us. So if you can remember from yesterday, we were staying under a lot of cloud cover, and we were also having some valley rain, a lot of mountain snow, and that was a little bit more so towards the evening and nighttime hours. And even that snowfall right now is still impacting areas into the Front Range and even to some places into the high country. Here's a live look here from our Alpine Bank webcam, and this is facing out towards the monument. And again, we are having a complete 180. While some cloud cover is still hanging around, we are already starting to see a lot more of clear skies and plenty of sunshine. And so that's why we are just going to get ready to hop right in. And we are going to explain what today is going to bring if you plan on hitting up the trails. So I'm going to change up the order up a little bit. So we're going to instantly just hop straight into some of our other locations. We did switch out one of them from Durango. Couldn't figure out what that problem was still to this day. A little bit of the temperature problem that we had yesterday. So we did switch it up and we decided to hop over into Silverton. And so we're going to put this up full screen so you guys can see it a little bit better. Lower 50s, upper 40s. Silverton to Telluride. Areas in the San Juans. We are going to see plenty of sunshine. Again, we are still going to have a little bit of some light cloud cover. Overall, conditions are going to remain dry, and it's going to be a beautiful day. If you plan on hitting up the trails, just again, make sure you have a little bit of a jacket. Now, also remember, because these locations are in the San Juans, you want to make sure that you still have, again, I always keep bringing this up, your hiking boots, your spikes. Make sure you do have long pants, a jacket. Even though we are going to see sunshine, don't let the sun fool you, because some people think that because it's sunny, it might be warm outside. You might warm up, going on the trails with sunshine, but just make sure you still do have a jacket, because again, elevation changes are also going to change those temperatures. So that's for areas into the San Juans. Now we're going to head all the way back up north, and we're going to head all the way into Rangeley and Dinosaur again. Western slope, going to see plenty of sunshine throughout the entire day. We are just going to stay under sunny skies. Rangeley and Dinosaur are going to stay a little bit warmer. We're talking around into the upper 60s. So there's a little bit of a temperature difference. Here in Grand Junction, it's going to be a little bit cooler than that, but not by that much. Again, plenty of sunshine. If you do plan on hiking up a little bit north, it's going to be beautiful. Now we're going to add on a different location. So we're going to throw in Gunnison this time. Upper 50s. So again, we're seeing about a pattern here. Temperature staying around into a little bit of the upper 50s and then somewhere within that 60-degree range. Again, we're going to stay under mostly sunny skies. Again, that is not changing. So that's the next pattern that we're seeing. We're just seeing sunny skies, partly cloudy, just nice, comfortable temperatures to be able to go out and be able to go do a hike. Here's your state park forecast. Again, we're not seeing any changes in our temperature department. We're talking 60s as well as into the 50s. Ridgeway, a little bit cooler. That's actually the coolest around the state parks, at least here on this graphic. It's saying that 50 right on the dot. Otherwise, also staying the second coolest is in Crawford, which is 53. And then everywhere else is staying around into the mid-upper 50s and then lower to mid-60s. Again, these areas are also going to see plenty of sunshine. So you plan on going out to one of your state parks, it's going to be beautiful. Now that's just here across the western slope. Getting into the Front Range, so you're thinking Cheyenne Mountain State Park, kind of near Colorado Springs, that's a little bit of a different story. They're still getting some snowfall, they're still getting some rain. So areas anywhere along the Front Range, probably not the best if you did plan on heading out anywhere out towards the eastern portion of the state. Probably not the best. If you're looking for somewhat of some dry trails, obviously the San Juans are still going to have snowfall on them. The western slope is going to be your best bet. If you're looking for a little bit of that active weather, then head out to the Front Range or even into the foothills. Now Montrose today, if you do plan on heading out in Montrose or even say Black Canyon of the Gunnison is one of the national parks out there. It is going to be, again, beautiful. And it's almost probably what I'm going to be saying over and over and over, because that's what most of the western slope is going to be shaping up to be. And temperatures, again, are going to be staying around into the upper 50s and even going to creep into the lower 60s. Again, going to have a little bit of some mix of sun and clouds throughout the day. Partly cloudy to mostly sunny. You can start seeing a little bit of some of that cloud cover starting to taper off towards the evening hours. Now here in Grand Junction, if you do plan on camping overnight, it's going to be a great night to be able to camp. We see temperatures staying just a little bit warmer. We're talking lower 40s. High temperature here in Grand Junction, it's going to be 63 degrees. Again, anywhere from the Monument as well as the BLM lands, hiking is going to be really great. And also, because we did have a little bit of some valley rain yesterday, a lot of our at least surfaces are already starting to dry up. Now the trails might be a little bit of a different story. You might still have some muddy spots. Again, you might still have some spots that might be a little bit slick, might still be icy. Those are those shaded areas. So just make sure if you are going to be hiking, just be prepared to, be ready to go through either some mud or have to cross over some slick spots or icy spots. But overall though, we're not going to be expecting anything in terms of valley rain today. So as long as that sun keeps shining, which is going to be expected, those trails are just going to slowly continue to keep drying up. And some areas may not be as affected as others. So also just kind of keep that in mind too. It's like the variability between each trail can be different. So some can be more snowier than others. Some can be muddier than others. So just kind of keep that in mind if you are going to be hanging around here or even going out camping. Palisade, we're going to bring back Palisade again. If you want to do a biking forecast, as well as even here in Grand Junction. Again, I always like to say the Lunch Loop Trail is one of my favorite places to go when I do some biking. You're not really going to be expecting anything. Again, the conditions, the temperatures are going to be exactly what I've been talking about. Those low 60s, mostly sunny skies, partly cloudy skies. So it's just going to be a great day. And with temperatures staying a little bit cooler, even though they are warming up compared to yesterday for our Tuesday, it's going to be a great day still to be able to go out for that bike ride, because for some of you who are some hardcore cyclists and really do put on miles and miles and miles, having some of this cooler temperatures is going to be very, very nice to kind of keep you a little bit cool during your bike ride. Now, what do you expect to wear? Well, we're going to head all the way out to the east. Now, along the I-70 corridor. Now, we're not going all the way out into the Front Range of the foothills, because they're obviously getting a lot more of that snow, especially in the Front Range, a lot more of snow and rain. But we're going to go all the way out into Glenwood Springs. This is also going to be the same in Glenwood Canyon. So if you plan on going to Hanging Lake, you go to the Bear Creek, or Grizzly Creek, not Bear Creek. Bear Creek is in Telluride. Grizzly Creek trailhead, or even in Hanging Lake. Again, you'll probably expect some snowfall, some slick spots. It is in the canyon, so just kind of keep that in mind. But if it's just going to be somewhere around Glenwood Springs area, you should be fine. And again, we're talking about mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. But temperatures with staying in the mid-50s, you may just want to bring yourself just a jacket, not so much a winter coat at all. So maybe just a light jacket, a little bit kind of like what I have on right now. So it's something that's heavy. Almost think of it like a windbreaker in a way. So make sure you do have a hat, maybe some gloves, because even though that temperatures are going to be staying in the mid-50s, in some of those canyon areas where it funnels in a lot more of that colder air, it may stay just a little bit cooler, especially if you're going to go to Hanging Lake or Grizzly Creek. Just make sure just to have gloves just with you. You don't have to wear them or anything like that. Even a hat too. Just make sure you just have a hat with you. You don't have to wear it, but just make sure you have one just in case you reach some of those areas where you take a break and your body starts to dissipate a lot of that heat and you start cooling down a little bit. You'll have at least something to at least kind of keep you warm until you get back into your hiking once again. Now, we're going to be bringing this up. I normally don't bring up Futurecast too much. I kind of just talk about it, but there's some changes I really wanted to point out. So previously, over these past 2 days, we've been talking about valley rain and mountain snow for this snowmaker that's still impacting the Front Range. we never really talked about too much of what's going to be going on the remainder of the week because we were going to still have a little bit of some mountain snow for Thursday into Friday because of some cooler air, again, that's going to be settling in by Friday. But we weren't really going to be talking about valley rain or anything like that. So we're going to switch over, and I'm going to bring this up so you guys can see it full of screen. We're going to see Thursday, not going to be expecting that much. Again, staying under partly cloudy skies, and then going to start having the increase in cloud cover later in the day. But the latest model trends have started to push this system a little bit more westward. And what that does is that what we weren't calling for over the past few days, we're going to start bringing that back. And again, we're talking about valley rain. And mountain snow is also going to be on the rise. So there were some big changes that happened just within 24 hours. And it just goes to show that weather can change just so rapidly, not just here in Colorado, but really just anywhere. So just kind of keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be a mountain stay. It can be just somewhere out in the Midwest, the Central Plains, the East Coast, the Pacific Coast. Anything can change just so rapidly, and it just will hit you just right out of the bat. So we're going to be expecting another round of some heavier snowfall. Again, the Front Range is going to be impacted, and they're going to get another swath of snowfall. And again, it's going to make travel very difficult. Some, again, roads could be impassable. Expect some of the mountain passes to possibly close. At least one of them could be that possibility of Loveland Pass. Make sure traction law, chain law is most likely going to be active. Now, the thing with this next snowmaker is compared to the one that moved throughout the day from Tuesday and even into Wednesday that's still in the Front Range. This is going to be an overnight system. So we're expecting this Thursday night and into Friday morning. Most of it is going to wrap up. We're already going to advance this. Already by noon, we're seeing most of it just stay down towards the south. So this is, again, still going to impact areas into the San Juans, sitting along where Wolf Creek Pass is still probably going to get some snowfall throughout the day. Alamosa, obviously just staying south of Pueblo. So if any of your travel commute has anything to make you guys travel towards the southern portion of the state, just know that you're still going to encounter some snowfall. But anywhere north, we're not really going to be expecting too much. We could have some chance of some spotty showers and snow showers along the way, but this is just going to be a straight shot just from north to south. This is how it's going to be, and that's because our jet stream is going to be taking a direct dip right over Colorado compared to where we normally have as a trough where it kind of comes in and funnels in from the northwest portion of the state. So that's why we see a lot more of our weather patterns coming from the Pacific Northwest or even just from the west. So that's why we see these patterns kind of move in that eastward direction or southeastward direction. But this one's going to be a little bit different. This one's coming in directly from the north. And so that's why it is originally was supposed to stay a little bit more south. And some areas in Denver, the foothills and Front Range should have gotten and will still get some snowfall. But because of some changes in the weather pattern, it's now becoming a lot more widespread, and it's just all going to drop down north. So for tomorrow, evening, nighttime, it's going to be more specific to those who camp. Just be ready that you are going to be encountering some snowfall, especially if you're camping in the mountains. If you're going to be camping here in the valleys, expect some rain. So just expect one or the other. Expect valley rain or mountain snow. So if you don't want any of them, I highly suggest do not camp Thursday night into Friday. Keep that for Friday night and into the weekend where conditions are going to dry out. Temperatures will fall on Friday again. We're talking about lower 60s and upper 50s, a little bit similar to what we're experiencing today. And then we're going to gradually warm up again and be a little bit of a stepping stone into the weekend. And then by the start of next week, some temperatures can even reach into the lower 80s. So just in 3 days, we're talking 60s and then rising by 20 degrees. So we're going from spring to even early summer-like. Just like here in Grand Junction, we'll be forecasting high temperature next Monday of 81 degrees. So hopefully you guys have a little bit of an update on what to expect for today as well as throughout the remainder of the week. I will see you guys this weekend on Saturday. I'll be off for a little bit, and I'll be even doing the same thing. I'll be hiking and probably finding somewhere to camp overnight. So just kind of keep that in mind too for hikers and campers. But overall, it's going to be a beautiful day today. Have some changes Thursday night into Friday, and then we resume back the warming trend and the dry conditions and the sunshine as we get our way into the weekend. So hopefully you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday, and make sure you guys stay safe, stay warm if you're going anywhere cold, and again, just make some smart decisions when you're on the trails.